Okay, just say it. I'm not gonna get you on video. Say it again.
Fried peach pies.
Favorite memory of Mama? Things that you think about when you think of Mama is fried peach pies. Donnie's, what's yours?
My favorite memory is seeing her rake around her red verbena, which she had two at the front door, and she kept them raked every day. No grass could get on those red verbenas.
Record it, but I just want you to hear this. I went over to see her one day, and there was dust on the floor. And I said, Mama, would you like me to sweep the house for you? And she said, no, I wouldn't. She said, you know, when the Lord takes your strength, he takes your vision, and then you don't see the dirt. So I just want you to sit down and visit with me. And every morning, like Dinah said, she had a freshly starched and ironed little tablecloth on her little kitchen table. Always some fresh flowers or some ivy or something in a little
Something green,
vase, something from her yard.
fresh.
Then she would not put a jar of preserves or ketchup or anything like that on the table. It was in a little dish with a little spoon. She did not want a jar of anything on her table. That was low class.
It was served out of the storage container into a serving piece. Now that's what's. You want me to tell the whole story?
Yeah.
My mother, I'm the oldest, so my mother was 17 years older than me. So she was just a kid, but let's advance me a little bit. I'm maybe 15 by now, but that still puts mother kind of young, much younger than I am, maybe about like your mom, your grandma. Okay, we had just moved in this house, and it was lovely. It was just so big and roomy, and they had wood floors, and everything I loved about an old house was there. It was a perfect old house. And you went up 3 steps to get on the porch to go in, and then the house went way back. But it was pretty pitiful looking. Walls were, if there was wallpaper, it had kind of damaged. Floor was wrinkled and not real smooth. You wouldn't want to go barefooted on the floor. You might get something in your foot. Well, it was Christmas time. Mother said, Linus, that was my dad's name, Linus.
And you've got something to tell Dinah's about Linus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Linus, get out in the car and go get us a Christmas tree. Oh, now we don't really need a Christmas tree. My mother was getting ready to have a baby, and it would be another expense, and they were kind of frustrated about that. But mother was still she was going to have regular seasons, regular stuff. Go get the tree. So we went out and we picked out a pine tree. Finally, we picked over a bunch, but we got that. We just chopped down a pine tree. It was all fully green. So we put it in the back of the trunk, and it hardly fit. It was hanging out, but we got to the house with it, and my dad took it in the room where she wanted it, in the living room, which, as I remember, she'd even moved all the furniture out. We had just moved there, just a couple of months before that. I'm not real sure of that. But it was wintertime. Wasn't much furniture in that room. And so the floors were wood. And so he didn't want to cut a hole in the floor. It wasn't our house. It was a rent house. So we had a kind of a meeting. And he said, oh, I have an idea. And this house was very old. Excuse me. went outside and went around to the back of the house, came back in with a board. It looked a lot like this, not quite this thick, maybe about this, like this right here. And it was a piece of it. There was where he had chopped, no saw, chopped it there, and about that long, and then he had another piece over there. So he said, now, the only way to make this work, I've got to nail it to the floor. So we have to kind of be quiet. It's not our house. Mother said, nail it to the floor and get it done. Well, first we had to nail it to the tree. So, here's the tree. We put that board under it, nailed it to the tree. Then we had enough board that away and that away, and lay it over this way, and let it floor, and nail it, that whole thing to the floor. Well, we didn't have a thing in this world to put on it. Not a decoration. Keeping annual decorations from year to year, I am not the slightest, but we didn't have any. Well, we scrambled. We went to the dollar store. We got a package of icicles. Oh, did I leave something out?
Nope.
Okay, we got a package of icicles, and we got the icicles on it. And so help me, y'all, I do not remember another. I'm sure we had a few more decorations somewhere, somehow. Maybe made some.
Popcorn.
Probably tried to make some. But those icicles, I'm telling you, covered that tree. And it was, it was beautiful. Now, I don't know what the owners ever wanted to do with those boards that were nailed to the floor, because when we moved off, those boards were still nailed to the floor. For Jesus, a life that is true, trying to please Him in all that I do, yielding allegiance, glad-hearted and free. This is the pathway of blessing for me.
Donnie, she sounds just like him.
Jesus, Lord and Savior, I give myself to Thee, for Thou in Thine atonement didst give Thyself for me. I own no other master, my heart shall be Your throne. My life I give henceforth to live, O Christ, for